Welcome back. Welcome back to another nightly read with your girl, the Catalyst Coach, Dr. Malika Stubbs. I'm back with you on day 15. We are halfway there for a nightly read during the month of March in honor of Women's History. In honor of Women's History this month, all month long, I'm going to come to you on my YouTube channel to read a snippet from my new book, Rebirth 10 Transformative Techniques to Help You Thrive Through Turbulence. So each and every night, I will be coming to you reading a snippet from my new book, Rebirth 10 Transformative Techniques to Help You Thrive Through Turbulence. And I chuckle and I giggle because if you've been with me for the last 14 days, you already know the snippet turns into a monologue, turns into a whole coaching session, which is all good. I don't mind that. I love what I do. That's why I'm coming to you each and every night during this month, not only to promote my new book that will be dropping on March 29th in honor of Women's History Month, but to also give back. I am a servant leader and I just don't feel right unless I'm teaching, unless I'm coaching, unless I'm making an impact on others. So I was like, how can I do this on a larger scale and get the message out to the people, right? Get the message out to the people. So I said, somebody suggested a really good friend of mine and someone that's in my mentorship was like, do a nightly read. She didn't call it that, but she called it something. What did she say? Book lives. Notice I got my little post-it of notes of all the things that I'm gonna do. But yeah, she said you should go live every night and just share your experiences, your services, what it is that you do, and all of the amazing things that you capture and put in this book based on those experiences and services that I provide. So as the Catalyst Coach, I will be coming to you each and every night in honor of Women's History Month, not only to promote my book, but to give back, right? To give back. I am going to read just a snippet tonight. We have been moving along, and we are now on lesson 4. I'm trying to remember what part of lesson 4. I think we're in the last section. So the way I've set it up each and every night, I come and I read just a snippet from each section of the book. So if you haven't though, before we get started and me getting into the section in lesson 4, if you haven't went to this link, www.malikastubbs.com, let me take care of the housekeeping before I jump into the nightly read, because I am doing a special promotional price exclusively for those who come directly to me as a small business owner, as a woman owned business, as a black owned business. You get the exclusive price along with some additional bonuses if you go to that link that you see on the ticker going by, which is super easy to remember, unlike that link I had in some of the earlier episodes for those who've been with me since day one. But malikastubbs.com/book, you will be able to get pre-order. Remember, the book is not out yet, but you will be able to pre-order the book on my website. And along with that, there are some additional goodies. I won't say what they are. You'll have to go to the link in order to find out what those are. And you'll be able to pre order the book there for an exclusive limited edition price, only for pre sales, for pre orders. But for those of us who use Amazon, because Amazon is doing something too for me, where if you put my name in the book title in the search engine and on Amazon, you'll be able to find the book really easy, right? But Amazon, if you pre-order your book today, By March 29th, when the book drops, because remember, the book doesn't drop to March 29th, you will be guaranteed delivery of the book by April 1st. So that's the cool thing that I got going on with Amazon. 2 day shipping, you'll be able to get your book in 2-3 days, I think. That's technically. But yeah, so if you pre-order from Amazon, there is something special on delivery for that. But if you come to me, you'll get the exclusive discounted price on the book. So now that I've taken care of the housekeeping items, I mean, this ticker is going past. I was like, how could I forget that? That's why I put it there so I don't forget and jump straight into the book. But I am getting into lesson 4, and we are just trucking along in the book. We're about halfway through it after tonight's quick read. Um, we are in this third section of lesson 4. And remember, this is 10 lessons, 10 transformative techniques to help you thrive through turbulence. In lesson 4, we talked for the last 2 days all about self care, all about inner wellness. So when we look at lesson 4, it is really focusing on self and how we are well. How are we as a being, all parts of our wellness wheel, right? Being well in each of those areas. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and do the replay on day 14, where I really went deep into well being, inner wellness. And that tool that I talked about using was the wellness wheel. So you're going to have to go back and do the replay on day 15 if you want to understand the context of that conversation around well being and the wellness wheel, the tool. Because that is something that I coach with, a technique that I've always used. So I just want to be able to add that here for context as we move along into the third section that I'll share from lesson 4, because lesson 4 does have some additional sections. So I am going to go into, it's so hard because I see self love. I also see some social emotional stuff when we talk about um, wellness and self care. Last lesson, I talked about approaching adversity with grace and understanding your emotional intelligence. So I think what my heart feels to do and move into next is activities. We haven't talked about activities for lesson 4. So I want to go into the activities. And if you're hearing the sound of my voice after March 29th and you have the paperback copy of the book, and for those of you who are pre-ordering tonight, I'm not gonna say, just I recommend everybody going back and do the replays and have it side by side, have your book side by side alongside you as you listen back and put things into context. Remember, this is a reference book. It is to be used like um annotate in it, put post-it notes in it, highlight it, put it on your bedside table, on your nightstand or your coffee table, because this thing is supposed to be used as you face different obstacles or setbacks or any type of turbulence that you may have in your life. Pull this out, or someone that you know, maybe it's a partner, a friend. Pull this out. Go back to these different techniques. There are 10 transformative techniques that helps individuals thrive through turbulence. That's why I said this is not a one and done. You don't put this one up, you go back to it. This is a reference book. So I want to get into the activities for lesson 4. Activities for building social emotional resilience. So let me do this quick read because y'all, every night the coach gets in session. Come on and get on the couch because I'll be ready to teach and coach and just learn more, right? It's already 10 minutes in this session already, and I haven't even started. So let me get to it because I'm trying to be concise and keep you guys engaged. So let me get to it. This section is packed with a range of activities specifically designed to provide a conducive environment for people to reflect on their personal experiences, show compassion for themselves, and foster mindfulness. So there are three things. I want you to write this down. I want you to listen. I want you to take notes. Three things in this section. You reflect on your personal experiences. We reflect so that we can learn about what we just went through, process what we just went through. Um, the second thing is to show compassion for yourself. I talked for the last 2 nights about, when we think about self care and wellness, inner wellness, this is very, very important for high performers and high achievers because oftentimes we, as high performers, as high achievers, are often the last people to pour back into, meaning ourselves, right? We give, we go, we do. But we should be putting ourselves first with the self-care, with the inner wellness, well-being, because if we don't, we won't be able to go, do, pouring it or pour into anyone, right? So we won't be able to show up as the best version of ourselves. And that's what this is all about. How do we face the challenge, face the setback, face the obstacle, and still thrive? So, as a thriver, it's really important to understand that self care is essential, right? Well being, three B's, I'm a being, is essential for thriving. You cannot be a thriver if you are not well. And what is wellness? Again, you're gonna have to go back day 14, day 13 when we talk about that. But in these lessons, super important, we reflect, be reflective, show compassion, and foster mindfulness. All right, that can look different for each individual. That's different for each individual, but you must prioritize those three things. That is a must do. That's not something that's like, well, maybe I try that one time. Develop this habit. As a thriver, as a high performer, you must have this set up in your life if you expect to continue on that type of pathway, on that type of trajectory, and getting better and greater and evolving and coming into a new version, a better version of the current self that you have. It's essential. So let me keep let me keep reading. Let me find my spot. These activities are tailored to help individuals explore their thoughts and feelings. Some of us don't like to get into that. Explore your thoughts and feelings, yes. Identify their deepest fears and desires. There's activities around hopes and fears. That's something I use in coaching all the time. And again, if this is something where you like, oh my God, I need this, I need to work with a coach, hit me up, malikastubbs.com. You can find me on the internet as a catalyst coach, LinkedIn, wherever. But my dog, this toy. um, but know that this is something I do consistently with high performers, high achievers, people that are in leadership roles and positions. Because guess what? We all go through it. It's not reserved for it's certain kind of people. It's everyone. You're not alone in that. Let me say that again. You are not alone in that. Those that are the highest performers, those that are the most successful are my clients. They have coaches. Those people have coaches, executives, directors, Athletes, we see that in the world of sports, like it's nothing. But they continue to perform at that high level because they have coaches around them, stretching them, challenging them, so that they can continue to shed their old self, the old version of self, and become a new thing. Consistent, constant, continuous improvement. 3 C's. That's what's required in transformation and for the rebirth. And for the rebirth of the new thing. And then you go back through the cycle. That's the beauty of it. All right. Coaches in session, man. I'm telling you, I get hyped. Just be coming to me too. Like, all right. So let me reread the sentence and go back. These activities are tailored to help individuals explore their thoughts and feelings, identify their deepest fears and desires, and ultimately lead to a better understanding and appreciation of self. Remember, lesson 4 is all about self-care and wellness, inner wellness, tapping in. I almost feel like I should have put this as lesson 1. But you needed the awakening. You needed the building. Started building. You needed to understand that our emotions should be strategic, proactive, not reactive, before we get into the mindset of really, truly working on inner self. So lesson 4 is self-care and wellness, inner wellness. Through these activities, individuals can cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness. I just said this. Inner calm, CALM, inner calm, Zen-like state, right? And emotional resilience. Emotional resilience. I talk about resilience being a skill that can be applied to many areas of our life. There could be physical resilience, emotional resilience, spiritual resilience. But it can be developed, it can be nurtured. It must be nurtured. Not can be, it must be. So these activities, now this is where recap, needing to understand the why behind the activities, why these activities are essential and so important. They help you identify areas of your life where self-care is needed. Some people may be like, I don't know where to start. That's the point of the activity. It teaches you mindfulness and stress reduction techniques. You have to have that in order to have inner wellness. It encourages self-love through daily affirmations and self-appreciation exercises. So you have activities that are daily affirmations and self-appreciation exercises. That's self-care every day, not just when you burnt out and your battery low or on E, gas tank on E. No, you should be doing this daily. Restoration is daily. Filling your cup daily. How do you do that? Again, this looks different for every individual. It's not a blanket. That's what the activities are about. Identifying the areas. That's personalized coaching. That's how I support the individual. It's not something you just say, okay, I'm going to slap this on everybody that comes in as a client. But even you having this book and in the way you interpret it, I put it into context. But your interpretation based on your experiences, past experiences, your second be your belief, and your third be your behavior, your first be your being, it's going to look different. The application is going to look different. The execution will look different. The implementation will look different. But you must implement. You must execute. You must apply the strategies, the techniques. And I said this, but it allows me to create a personalized self care plan that aligns with your goals and values. I'm telling you, when I get into it, it's just what I know, it's what I do. But this is something that we should all do, right? We have to remember that as thrivers, high performers, high achievers, executives, entrepreneurs, leaders, this is essential for our well being. Our well being. We are human beings. Are we well? Lesson 4, self care and inner wellness is essential so that we can continue to live and thrive at high levels. All right. I feel like I'm getting into it now. I might be, touching some sensitive parts, but that's okay. I just need you to start. Start by going to the link. If you haven't done so already, malikastubbs.com/book. Get the book. Take the first step. Go to Amazon. Type in reBIRTH. My name. So that on March 29th, when the book drops, you could be the first one with the book and start implementing the practices so you can develop better habits, because it is not if life will happen, challenges will come. It's not if, it's really when. But will you be prepared? I know we will. Those who with me will be. But I need everybody that hears the sound of my voice to get the book, apply the techniques, use the tools. Think about the tips that I've been saying over these last 15 nights so that they can support and help you on this journey. And if you need additional support and help, I'm here for you. Like I say, I'm going to show it for you. I just need you to show it for yourself. Go to the link, find me, malikastubbs.com, if you need more personalized approach. But as always, as I say every night, peace, love, and light. And I will see you guys on the other side. That is it for the nightly read. Y'all take care now.